Hello, I'm coming to you not so live from my guest room because the joys of home ownership have been keeping me very distracted this week. So I would like to have tomorrow to be very relaxed and not distracted by needing to get up on the computer. So let's talk about the joys of home ownership. We bought our home in June. It's now December. And we had to already call somebody to come out and inspect our furnace because rooms in the house are not getting warm. It turns out the people that we bought the house off of lost their ever loving minds and covered over all of the cold air returns. So the furnace keeps shutting off, thinking that the house is warm enough. So we have to figure out how to get what air does move through the furnace to get through as much of the house as possible before the furnace is like, I'm hot enough, I need a nap. So that was today's adventure, was going shopping for ways to deal with that. And we got a nice quote. It'll only cost, $2,000 to fix this problem, but then there's also X, Y, and Z problems that will cost a lot more to fix. Only, only, only. But we bought the house not even 5 months ago. We haven't had time to build up savings since putting everything we had into buying the house. So, yeah. Um, like I said, joys of homeownership. On the other hand, we went to the store looking for one solution, ran into something that might help a little bit better and was cheaper, as well as one or two other short term fixes. But basically, we're going to have to replace our flooring and possibly some ductwork. Replace our flooring in like half the house. I don't even know. I don't. But on a more positive note, I'm on the third ball of yarn for my lovely space colored baby blanket. It is, let's see, fold across the middle. Not quite 3 feet across yet. 3 feet would hit my shoulder. But we're getting there. And then I have to see what kind of yardage I have left when I do get there. This is so small. I wanted it bigger, but I think. Okay, one end of it's on the monitor and the other is here. I think I'm going to keep it small just because time is becoming a factor. The baby shower's in a week, and I think I'll be lucky to finish this third ball of yarn. But that's pretty much been the highlight of my week. I came home from work on Wednesday to a message from the wife. The house is cold. The house is too cold. The space heater's not enough. What are we going to do? It's supposed to be cold this winter, like colder than usual. What are we going to do? We can't afford a new furnace. She's losing her mind because she's only looking at the worst case scenario, which makes us work well in stressful situations because she sees the worst case. And I look at her and I say, breathe. We can do, stop biting me. We can do X, Y, and Z things. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this. We're going to call somebody. He's going to come look at it. Stop biting me. And then we're going to see what he says we're going to do. And we're going to look at the cost of furnaces. We wanted to get a new one in the spring to get air conditioning. We'll see if we can make the furnace work through the winter, which he said the furnace is working in absolutely wonderful condition. For one that's almost 30 years old, it's still working very well. It's just that we don't have our cold air returns are blocked, and we have too much ductwork. Like, we have too much ductwork for the furnace. I think we needed a bigger furnace than we have. But I don't know when the addition was put in compared to the furnace. I'm not going to complain. We have a plan. We're going to follow it through. We're going to see how it helps. And we've got another step after this that will get us through the winter. And then we can look at getting a new furnace because it's cold. And the winter's only going to get worse. We were thinking about getting a infrared fireplace heater. Those things can easily warm like 1,000 square feet, which is almost half our house. So I'm thinking if we got two of those, it would cost them about $150 to $200 a piece. That would handle most of the house and be a huge load off the gas bill. I don't know if we're going to follow through on that idea or not. It's kind of ridiculous. But it was a fun idea. We actually do have an infrared heater that the previous owners left, but we can't figure out how to make it work. I should go look at it again. But it's in Ysera's room, and I don't think she really wants me just rooting around in there. We both value our privacy. Which is why we each have separate bedrooms. Oh, that and the fact that, I do snore and she likes to sleep with music on. My snoring gives her headaches, so she wants to kill me. I can't sleep with music on because then I sleep through my alarm. So that's not a good idea. Instead, I sleep in my room with the cat who curls up next to me so that I can have nights like I did on Wednesday night, Thursday night, the night this week, that every time I rolled over, I grabbed her claws. I'd put my arm down and just land on her open claws. It made for a very unrestful night. I don't know. I don't really have much going on besides stressing about the cost of furnaces and new duct work and insulation, and then the sudden decision that we need to add a new electric outlet into our shed in the attachment. The listing called it a shed. It's kind of a garage. It's attached to the house, but not connected to the house. You have to go outside to enter it. It has a light, but it doesn't have any outlets. So I'm thinking about having an outlet added in there so we can have a space heater, cleaning up all the junk the previous owners left behind. Because they left a lot of junk in there. Um, Turning that into a usable space. Because one, it's a closed space away from the wind, but not really part of the house that the roommates and I could go smoke, on these cold winter days, especially with a heater. Um, Introvert roommate likes to go have a coffee with his smoke, so maybe get a secondhand love seat to throw in there so that he could, actually sit and relax with his morning coffee. Going downstairs to smoke makes it easier for the dog to get in the backyard because you only have to go down once, let her out, you go in the shed, have your little smoke, and then come out, and both you and the dog can come back into the house together. Speaking of the dog out back, so we went out back on Wednesday night. Wednesday night? I think it was Wednesday night. The roommate and I were out back. Maybe it was Thursday. And there was just a little bit of snow in the backyard. Not much, but enough that the dog, who delights in the snow, could go around sniffing at it, digging her face down around. She will actually sit there and take a dig her face into the snow, and then go sniffing around, pushing snow up like a little doggy snowplow. It's kind of cute. But we come out of the shed ready to come inside, and she shows up with this pile of snow going up her entire muzzle. I lost it. Just cackled at her. And that's why I love my dog. She takes me from these crazy moods where I'm ranting about the costs of home repair, and then I can see her looking silly with snow on her snoot and laugh. But fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know. I'm tired. I don't have anything actually important to talk about. So I'm just going to say goodbye. I'm going to put my yarn aside for a little bit, take me a nap with this cat who's snuggled up against me, and try to have myself a good Saturday night. I will post this at my usual stream time. And we'll see how things go. Maybe, just maybe, I will start recording on the weekends and only streaming on Wednesday. Um, but until Wednesday night, I will say goodbye.